episode. Is that what we're going with? Episode of Rattle Can Restorations. We're going to start cleaning the frame, cleaning the transmission, cleaning up the motor. Just going to use a normal degreaser. Clean it up, pressure wash it, and then we can paint it up and get it ready to go back together, because we still got to sand and paint the cab and pull some parts off the other cab that is in the black cab. We got to pull some parts off of it because we need them for the red cab. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're just going to spray it down with some degreaser. You know, anything that looks, you know, we got some, looks like old clay, because I heard this truck came from Georgia. A lot of oil. Well, not a lot of oil. It didn't leak oil when I drove it. So always make sure you cover up your intake, because you don't want any water or anything in there. I do need to start putting a tarp on this until we put it all back together. Oh, this thing's horrible. That's even worse. Okay. We'll just keep it at the sprayer. Try and do the best we can, get some good coverage, get the, it ain't gonna take rust off, but it'll take all the grease, oil, dirt, and for all my students, dirt, oil, grease, and ice. And no, I'm not a school teacher, by the way. I'm not going to show names of products and all that stuff. Nobody's sponsoring me for product usage, and I don't need them making money when they make too much money anyway. I don't know, we might edit that part out. I'm trying to do this the cheapest and least expensive way to do this stuff. I don't have a lot of money to do complete rebuilds and all that, so we're kind of doing like a poor man, you know, budget friendly. You know, we actually paid like $500 for the red and gray truck just to use it for parts. The body's actually in really good shape, but the motor and transmission were bad, but I have motor and transmission that works good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pressure wash. I'm not going to bore you with the details of pressure washing, but we're going to video a little bit of it. Show you what we're going to do. Okay, now the pressure washer is going to act up. I know this is the part that everybody likes watching. All the grime and goo and everything come off. That's a lot of clay. Never knew my transmission was great or silver. Had this clay on it for so long. I heard that the clay is an old timer's trick. What they used to do was put oil underneath the cars, drive down a clay road, and keeps them from rusting. I don't know if that's true or not. You can leave a comment. Let me know if you heard that story too. frame, nice and clean. Still has, you know, some rust spots on it. Nothing. I'm not going to sit here and spend the whole day sanding every little nook and cranny. They make this nice paint that converts rust and it still turns this black. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to touch it up, make this look like a brand new frame. Tell the difference. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. It doesn't really matter if you get runs or if you overspray. Who's really going to look at your frame that hard? But it converts it right over. So make it look nice and shiny and new. Not even that bad. Just do what you can, make your own project look as good as you want it. If you want to sit there and take this every second and scrub it and scrape it and sand it and paint it, do it. I'm just not doing it because this is going to be a daily driver. This is my truck. I love driving this truck, or I love driving this truck. It's been sitting for a couple years, so we're going to get it back going. And it's going to be my daily driver again. And it's just little things that make it look good, and it also protects because it converts the rust, but it's also going to protect it from rusting anymore. See, got a little overspray right there, not a big deal. I don't even care if I can spray up the fuel tank. You know, make it look all fresh and new. So whatever you want to do to make your project look as good as you want it. You want to take the extra time, take the extra time. I'm trying to get my truck back on the road because I miss it. I've been driving a little Mazda pickup truck. It's a good truck for what it is, but it doesn't have that V8 power, doesn't have that V8 noise. It's a little 4-cylinder. It's fancy though. It's got the 8 spark plugs, so it's fancy. You know, it's supposed to be for better fuel efficiency, but my wife drives a car and her fuel efficiency is just as good. She's got a V6, but it's probably because it's a newer car. So you just get into the cracks, make it look as good as you want it to. Now when we do the rattle can on the body down there, oh Lord, what you call it, cab of the truck, we'll spend more time. We'll sand it real smooth, make it look nice, and then we'll get it back on the body of the truck, bolt everything down, do a little undercoating underneath to protect it. And like I just thought right there, I haven't even done the inside of the frame. So we can spray the inside of the frame. Paint's not very expensive. I wouldn't recommend doing it, trying to paint your whole truck with it, because it can get a little expensive, but especially if you want to use the one that blocks the rust. But you can just get a regular can of paint. You know, just do this in the spots that you're worried about it rusting apart. And then the rest of it, just paint it. Paint it black, paint it blue, paint it pink. Whatever color you want to do, you can do anything you want to do, because it's your own project. A lot of people do it, but this truck will be not leaving this yard anytime soon, but this is going to be my truck. It's going to be the truck. You'll see a lot of this truck on and off the channel. We're going to work on the green Dodge behind us a little bit, get it up and running and looking good. Try not to paint everything, but sometimes it just falls in the way. Cameraman's trying to fall over itself. You see, don't that look much better? Just that quick little spray, and the truck's already looking like it's a new truck. I don't like new vehicles. They're expensive. I mean, they granted they have more power, more horsepower, but it's just, I like being able to get in here. You think you can do this with a new car? There's so many wires and everything, which a lot of this I can get rid of because it goes to the electronic fuel injection, goes to the pollution control. A lot of that stuff you can eliminate. I'm not trying to eliminate anything right now. Might be later on. Might even do a engine swap on this, get a Hemi in here or LS motor. I mean, sky's the limit on what you want to do. You just have to figure out what you want to do and how you want to do it. And it's up to you on what you can afford. Me right now, I can afford rattle cans. I can afford my 318 that I already own. I can afford a $500 truck that I bought, and I'm stripping it for parts. I took parts off that truck to fix my blue truck. I'm going to take parts off of it to fix the green truck. And I'm taking the cab off to fix the black truck. So it's whatever you're comfortable trying and doing. If you want to, you can even spray paint the rims. There. Brand new black rim. Where are you going to find that at? For $0. I mean, you literally, okay, $6 for a can of paint. So that's what we're going to work on. I'm not going to bore you with, watching me spray paint this whole truck or the whole frame. So I'm going to get the painting. We'll come back and see what it looks like at the end. And just a little bit of time, a little bit of paint. Need a little bit more paint. Just going to show you what it can look like. Go back here. See a couple of spots I didn't like. Oops, see, didn't like that either. Oh yeah. Now you can see where this looks. And then if we take a short little walk over here to the other frame, this is what the other one looked like when we started. And you can see how much better it looks now with just a little bit of rattle can. Nothing fancy. Yeah, give it a Now, this show right here is going to be done with what we can afford as normal people. I'm not rich. I do like my trucks. Wife gets on to me because she told me I can't buy no more. until we fix hers. Then she'll allow me to buy another one for parts. That's the main thing. But your main goal is to use what is already available instead of going and buying like a $150 fender. Well, there's a $150 fender laying on the ground that I'm not using. So I'm gonna put it online and sell it for, you know, 50, 100 bucks, 75 bucks, hell, 150 for the set, because I don't need them. You know, just trying to recoup some of the money that I spent to buy this truck so I can buy the parts I need to finish my wife's truck. So this truck's my truck, that truck is her truck, and my son's truck's up there in the front. So it's just use what you have instead of having to spend. I know I'm gonna probably catch a lot of flack about it, but even a lot of your builders also say the aftermarket also doesn't line up perfectly like the factory stuff did. So why not use the factory stuff? These fenders right here, surface rust, be knocked off very easy. Okay, there's nothing wrong with this fender. It's not bent, it's not cracked, it's just there. I don't need them because I have good fenders on my truck. But watch this, rattle can. Just rub your finger on it a little bit. Protected. Now if I wanted to, I could slap this right on my truck, just paint the whole thing black. And boom, it's on my truck. I'm not spending a lot of money to fix it. I don't have it to do it anyway. But if somebody else needs some fenders and doors, all that is here. I got inner fenders. And no, I'm not trying to sell stuff on YouTube. But I have the parts here that I'm going to put on Facebook or Craigslist or whatever and let somebody else fix their truck. Because I don't want to be one of them guys that hoards a bunch of trucks in his backyard that let them just fall apart. My truck's been sitting 2 years. My wife's truck sat 15 years before I bought it from the previous owner. That is a one-owner truck. My truck's a one-owner truck. The blue one, not 100% sure on, but I think it was family owned its life. So that's what I want to do. I want to restore with what I have. This truck right here meant nothing to nobody. It was a project that just got left out in the rain, water, got up in the motor. It's completely seized. Yeah, I could take the time and do a video on unseizing a motor and all that, but that's not my priority right now. My priority is to get my truck done, my son's truck done, my wife's truck done. Those are my priorities. I am going to do something crazy, which I haven't told y'all about it yet, but I'm going to see how hard it would be to take air conditioning out of an 88 Dodge and put it into a 75 Dodge. The air boxes are the same. It just needs the hole cut into the firewall for the AC lines. So if I can manage to do that without spending $900, $1,900 to buy the aftermarket kit, why not try it? What's it gonna hurt to try? So like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week on Rattle Can Restorations.